Welcome to rSlash Am I the Butthole, where OP looks for bugs in his wife's butt. Am I the butthole because the kids walked in on us and now my wife is mad? Our 6-year-old twin boys walked in on me giving oral to my wife, and they yelled, "Ew, Daddy's kissing Mommy's butt!" And out of surprise and shock, I quickly said, No, I'm checking to see if there are bugs on Mommy's butt. Get out. And they did. I don't know why I said that, but they kept randomly saying that Daddy was looking for bugs in Mommy's butt. But randomly, like in front of friends or family, and my wife is pissed. Am I the butthole? No, you're not the butthole. You need to do 2 things, OP. Have a talk with your kids about appropriate conversation topics, and buy a lock for your door. Am I the butthole for letting my sister go thirsty through an entire meal? My sister does this thing where she'll just say something she wants with the expectation that someone will do it for her. For example, if she wants the AC turned on, instead of asking someone to turn it on for her, she'll keep repeating things like, "Oh, isn't it super warm in here? Does anyone else feel really hot?" Or, "I heard that today is a super hot day." And if someone asks her if she wants the AC on, she'll reply with, No, I'm good. But if you're hot, then you should turn it on." Anyways, last weekend it was my birthday, so my family and I went out to celebrate. During the meal, she kept making comments implying she wanted another cocktail, but wouldn't order it. The waitress came by and asked if we needed anything, but she didn't order a drink even when we all did. I could tell that she was agitated at that point, but it was my birthday, so I just ignored her. When we all got home, she got really snippy and said that it was super rude that we all got our own drinks and didn't order one for her. My brother and I brought up that she said no when the waitress asked, but she said that wasn't the issue. In her opinion, we should have known to order her a drink too because everyone else got one, and the fact that we let her go thirsty was inconsiderate. And in the future, we ought to order her drinks too. She also said that she was only saying no to the waitress because her family should have taken care of her. Her words, not mine. The 3 of us have been kind of arguing back and forth about it, and I'm just tired of fighting, so I wanted to get some more opinions on whether or not I should have ordered her a drink as well. Well, it kind of begs the question, because if she's right that her family should have taken care of her, then wouldn't that also mean that she's obligated to take care of you, especially since it's your birthday? So shouldn't she have ordered you a drink and then you could have ordered her a drink, I guess? Or is it like a gender thing where women are supposed to be cared for and we don't know OP's gender, maybe he's a guy, and OP's not expected to be cared for because he's a dude? In any event, they're clearly all adults since they're drinking, so grow up and order your own drink. OP, you get 0 out of 5 buttholes. I'm giving your dumb sister 1 out of 5 buttholes. Am I the butthole for asking for my dead sister's ring back after my brother used it to propose? My sister died when I was 6 and she was 17. We weren't super close or anything, but I still remember little bits of her. Her laugh, how she always painted her nails, her posters. She was like this perfect angel to my mom after she passed. I barely remember the funeral. When I was 12, I found this old ring in her stuff. Nothing fancy, just a silver ring with a small stone. It fit me, and I don't know why, but I kept it. It wasn't some big dramatic thing. I didn't steal it or anything. I just took it and started keeping it. I didn't wear it loads or flaunt it, just had it in this little box, and sometimes I'd look at it when I missed her. It kinda became this one thing that felt like mine, like my piece of her. So anyways, last weekend we had this family lunch, and my brother, who's 27, brings his girlfriend, who everyone knew that he was gonna propose to. And yeah, he stands up, does the big speech, and pulls out the ring. My sister's ring. The one I've kept for 7 years. I literally froze. His girlfriend starts crying. People are clapping, and I'm just sitting there what the hell? I look at my mom, and she just smiles at me like nothing happened. After dinner, I ask her, was that the ring? And she's like, yeah, your brother asked me and Dad, and we said that it was fine. My mom said that it was sweet and symbolic, and my sister would have wanted it passed down or whatever. And I was like, huh? It was never yours to give though. I've had it for years. And she just goes, oh, come on, it's just a ring, don't be dramatic. But like, when I had it, it wasn't just a ring. So yeah, I kinda snapped. I waited till people were outside and told my brother I wanted it back. He laughed at first, then was like, no, what the hell? And I said, okay, well then I'll tell your girlfriend where it came from and let her decide. He got mad, said that I was ruining his proposal and making it about me, like always. My mom dragged me into the kitchen, saying everyone noticed that I wasn't happy and that I left halfway through dinner. Yeah, because I was crying in the bathroom. Dad tried to calm it down, but my brother kept going on about how selfish I was and that I'd been weird about my sister for years. I didn't even say anything. I just left early and haven't spoken to any of them since. Mom rang me yesterday asking if I had calmed down and if I was ready to say sorry. I said, not really, and she hung up. My cousin texted me later saying it was actually super messed up, and she doesn't blame me, but I don't know. I probably could have handled it better, but I just felt so blindsided. It's not even about the stupid ring. It's just like they acted like it didn't matter to me, like I didn't matter. So am I the butthole? I'm going to read the top post from The Fixer down in the comments because they really nail it. Not the butthole. I particularly like the manipulation of how it's just a ring when you're upset about it. But when you ask for it back, suddenly it's not just a ring, and you're being selfish and making everything about you. From what you say, it seems pretty clear they knew you wore the ring and had an attachment to it. She was your sister too. Your loss and your grief are valid. They should have asked if you were okay with the ring being given to someone else first. Yeah, I think the mom here definitely deserves a butthole score because she effectively stole the ring from OP. I'm not sure if the brother deserves a butthole score because if he's 27, that means that he was probably about 20 when the sister died. So he's probably been mostly out of the house and may not even be aware that this ring kind of belongs to OP. So he gets a question mark out of 5 butthole score. Then OP posted an update. Afterwards, I messaged my brother's fiancée, apologized, and asked her to meet up for lunch as an apology for the other day. I wasn't going to ask for the ring back. I just wanted for her to at least know my side of the story, I guess. Anyway, we meet up for lunch, blah blah blah, small talk or whatever. And she shows me the ring and tells me, oh, it's so pretty. I know it's not expensive, but if it means so much to your brother for me to have it, it means so much to me. And I'm just like, okay, just miss out on crucial information when telling your future wife then, I guess. I kind of just stared at the ring and didn't know what to say. And I guess she must have noticed because she began apologizing a lot, saying, I didn't know, I'm sorry. And I finally got my ring back, or whoever's ring you want to call it. I was near tears when she took me back to my friend's house, and I thought that was going to be it. Later, I got a call from my brother where he says that I'm selfish and I'm so weird about my sister. And that I couldn't just let him have his day, and it had to be all about me ruining his marriage, and that I can't claim anything with my sister because I was way too young to have a relationship. He ended the call, and I tried calling both my parents, but they wouldn't pick up till my dad called me later telling me he's disappointed how I handled things, and that I've blown up my brother's relationship over a person I barely knew. And honestly, I don't know at this point. I feel it's all gone a bit too far. And I don't think I can ever face coming home. And I've just ruined my brother's marriage. Top post. What a bunch of f***ing assholes! Right? True. Facts. No lies detected. Alright, I gotta take back what I said about the brother, about giving him a question mark out of 5. He's definitely a jerk. I can understand him being a little bit sensitive, especially if he didn't know that he was stealing the ring. But at this point, it's pretty clear, okay, dude, this is like your little sister is treating this ring as an heirloom and you accidentally stole it, even if it's not his fault, even if he didn't know. Then at that point, you gotta be like, okay, I gotta get a different ring. The thing is, he can just go buy another ring. Clearly, he wasn't that attached to it because the ring has been in OP's room or on OP's hand for the last 7 years or whatever. So it's not that sentimental. Just go get a different ring, dude. Am I the butthole for ignoring my mom and refusing to make nice with my stepdad's son who bullied me throughout our childhood? I'm a 21-year-old guy, and I was 6 when my mom and stepdad met. My stepdad's son, Harry, was 7. My mom and stepdad dated for 2.5 years before they got married, and we lived together for 9 months before their wedding. Harry hated his dad for dating my mom, and he hated me for liking his dad. He was a real butthole to me. My stepdad always corrected him and tried to keep him from hurting me, but I was miserable. I told my mom how miserable I was, and she told me it would get better. When I said I didn't want to live with him anymore, she told me we had to because we're a family. And sometimes siblings don't get along the best, and it's okay for us to not be close. To name a few of the things I had to endure while living with Harry, he would spill water on or stain my homework. He broke a model I'd finished for a class assignment, and he deleted assignments off the family computer when I finished them. He would shut doors on my feet or hands. He threw stuff at me, specifically my head. He called me a freak of nature all the time. When we went to my stepdad's family members' houses, he'd get his cousins to all gang up on me and exclude me, and a few of them were still nice to me, but he threatened to leave them out if they spent time with me. He broke my Christmas gifts one year. He smashed or ruined them all, and he got into big trouble for that, but he still taunted me that I got nothing. In high school, a teacher that we shared took both of our classes on an educational field trip. And he tried to get me left behind, and he sprayed me with water to make it look like I peed my pants. Again, that's a few of the things he did. He was open about hating me, and he'd ignore me sometimes to make a point of it. Like one time, he hogged the salt because he saw I wanted it, and he refused to give it to me or answer when I asked for it, and he tried to stop my stepdad giving it to me. Harry would always get his friends to taunt me too. One incident with all of them made me lose a tooth, and as upset and freaked out as my mom was, she still stayed with my stepdad and made me live with Harry. He took a gap year after high school, so I didn't even get the freedom of him leaving for college, and that was another hellish year. And I had to do all my homework at friends' houses or the library in case he messed with it. I started pulling away from my mom at the age of like 15, and she noticed and tried to be all loving and sweet to me, but I wasn't okay with her. When I started college, I moved out. I packed up all my stuff and refused to go back home. Mom told me not to react that way, and Harry didn't even live with them full time anymore. And she would say that we were both adults now, and our relationship would improve. I told her I would never spend another second with him. And I said that did mean that I would skip family holidays and such because there was no way I would agree to be around Harry again. I told her I blocked him everywhere and didn't care what happened, but nothing would make me share the same airspace as him again. My mom tried to act like we were good, but I pulled away more and started ignoring her calls and stuff. I don't go home for holidays. I refuse to attend anything that Harry's going to be at. I went to see my grandparents last week, and Mom showed up to talk to me. She wanted to know why I was ignoring her and not visiting her and my stepdad. I told her she failed me and put her own wishes before me, my safety, and my childhood. And I wasn't going to wipe it away because my stepdad was good to me. I told her I despise Harry, and I don't care if he grows into an amazing person someday. He'll never be my family, and I will never let him back into my life. And I told her I won't start acting like we're okay either because I'm so mad at her. She left really upset, and my grandparents talked to me about stuff. Then my uncle texted me and asked what happened between me and my mom. And he told me that I can feel the way I do about mom not protecting me better, but she's still my mom. He also told me I lose out by refusing to make nights with Harry and be there for family holidays. I told him the holidays I have now are better than all those ones with Harry and them combined. I said I didn't feel like I was missing out at all. He said it's so extreme because I have a huge family who loves me and wants to see me. OP, your family sucks! You say your stepdad was nice to you, but realistically, how nice could he be when his son was bullying you for what, like 14 years, give or take? I've got a daughter, and if I were in a mixed blended family situation and my daughter was constantly bullying my stepchild, I don't think that I could be in that relationship. How could I, knowing that my relationship is causing a child to suffer, to be bullied? So OP, you get an easy 0 out of 5 buttholes. Your family, all of them, gets 3.5 out of 5 buttholes. Your mom gets an upgrade to 4 out of 5 buttholes. Am I the butthole for telling someone that no woman would date her? I was at my friend's apartment with my boyfriend when her roommate came in, and my friend introduced us. The roommate said hi, and we were all chatting, and then she said that I was lucky that I was gay because women don't date short guys. I responded that she was lucky she was straight because lesbians don't date women with atrocious personalities. The roommate went into her room. My friend said that I went from 0 to 60 way too quick. It was awkward, and my boyfriend and I left. I asked him if he thought that I overreacted, and he said no, that she shouldn't dish out what she can't take. He's my boyfriend, though, and I wanted an unbiased perspective. Was I a butthole for saying that? This is a funny story. This is a pretty easy 0 out of 5 buttholes, but the real problem here isn't really her being rude. It's what did you expect? There's two people that you don't want to insult because you're just bound to lose. One is a comedian, and the other is a gay man. Two demographics that are legendary for their ability to clap back, and then you insult them and, they clapped back? How could that have happened to me? That was rSlash Am I the Butthole, and if you like this content, check out my podcast where I publish the exact same episodes. Also, hit that subscribe button because I put out new Reddit videos every single day.